On my way to annoy my work bestie. What? So that's why you haven't been uploading. What do you mean? You've just been sitting around lazy like this. This is literally the first time I've sat down like this in months. Oh, boo-hoo, you must be so busy. I am. What all do you even have going on? I don't know, my job has gone insane, finances, adulting is Why?
If you're anything like me, you crave really deeply flavored and good food, but you often don't have time to make it. I'm notorious for going over the top to make videos for this channel and making recipes that are kind of unattainable. Not this one. This is a really good red curry that you can throw together on a weeknight. Let's go. I'm just going to start with some small amount of prep to get that out of the way, just chopping some veggies and protein. I'm finally dicing one shallot, only because I have it. You can skip this because it's going to be in the curry paste we're using later. Same with the garlic, I'm just chopping up 2 cloves that I have. You can make this with literally whatever vegetables you have or want. I'm starting with a red bell pepper because it's red curry. That's just getting thinly sliced, but you could also dice it. Then I have a zucchini that I'm cutting the ends off of and then cutting in half, and then I just have half moons of that. Then I have some palm sugar that I'm trying to get rid of, so I'm just chopping up, I don't know, a tablespoon of that. Use any sugar or sweetener of your choice instead if you'd like. Then my choice of protein is going to be this chicken breast that I have in my freezer. It's probably about a pound, and I'm just cutting it into bite-sized pieces. But I think beef, pork, shrimp, or tofu are all viable options for any curry. And now the cooking process is pretty quick. I'm going to start with a medium saucepan that I'm going to add some coconut oil to because it's going to be a coconut flavored curry. Just use ghee or neutral oil if you'd rather that. I'm going to sear off my chicken pieces in 2 batches, just getting some color all around them. I'm salting those as well because that's the only seasoning they're going to get besides the curry sauce. I do this on high heat because I want to get these colored as quickly as possible without cooking them all the way through because they're going to do that later. And when those 2 batches are done, you should have a beautiful chicken fond in the bottom of the pan. To that, I'm going to add my shallot just to get some color on that. It should only take about a minute or so, and then I can add my garlic and do the same thing. Again, you could skip the aromatics and just start with the curry paste because it's going to contain those. Speaking of which, I'm just going to be using this store-bought red curry paste because it's a lot faster than making it yourself. You can definitely do it on your own, just save that for like a weekend or if you're making a video for it. But I'm frying a couple of tablespoons of that in the bottom of the pan just to get some mild reaction on it. And just like tomato paste, this will really adhere to the bottom and start to burn if you're not careful. Before it does that, I'm going to add my can of coconut milk. It's not a full can in my case, I used part of it for a steak adobo recipe, but that's why I'm doing this, just to get rid of the rest. I'm supplementing the rest with stock, or in my case, just some water and a bouillon cube. I had beef bouillon here, but chicken works as well. Use your wooden spoon to lift up all the fond that's stuck to the bottom. You can then go in with your bell peppers and zucchini or whatever vegetables you're using. I let those simmer for about 3 to 5 minutes just so they can soften, and then I'm going in with a can of drained chickpeas. Again, soak your own chickpeas for a different recipe. These are already soaked and cooked so they can just be dumped into the curry. Just make sure to drain and rinse them first, and then they can simmer in the curry to soften up a little bit too. After about 5 more minutes, I can add my chicken with all of its juice because I want that to finish cooking at the end. At that point, you're just reducing the curry until it's your desired consistency, but also making sure the chicken is cooked through. Those should hopefully happen around the same time, and it shouldn't be more than like 10 minutes. At the end, you can just flavor this however you'd like. I'm starting with some salt and pepper to taste, and I'm using some of this lava salt because I have it. And I want a little extra curry boost, so I'm adding a pinch of curry powder. And I can never have a good curry without fish sauce. I just add that to my liking. Then I'm going in with the palm sugar that I chopped earlier. And then I forgot to add this before the seasonings, but I'm adding in a big handful of arugula. Normally I would use spinach leaves, but this is what I have on hand and it's not going to make much difference. And just like spinach, that will wilt down and blend into the curry perfectly. I had some basmati rice going while I was cooking, so I'm starting with a bed of that and then adding ladles of the curry next to it. It's very chunky and there's lots of flavor elements in here, and that's how I like it. And just finish with some chopped cilantro if you have that, and then lime wedges, which I didn't have. I don't think this is the best curry you'll ever have, but it is heartwarming and it'll taste like it took a long time to make. Let's get to the taste test.
Man, I miss this. It's been a while since I've sat here and done a taste test, just not as frequent as I'd like it to be. But regardless, a really classic, but not traditional red curry that I think is great for a weeknight. I'm gonna dive right into this. I'm starving. Cheers. All the wonderful homey flavors that come from the curry paste and all the seasonings that I added to this. I really think the sweetness is necessary, so any type of sugar is important to add at the end. But it just feels good to eat something like this. The weather is still hot here at the time I'm filming this, but it's getting to that season where foods like this are what I want to eat. But it's very customizable to make your own kind of curry. Just some coconut milk and some aromatics is what's important in my opinion. I'm always craving coconut flavor, so this is always welcome at my house. But yeah, like I've said in previous videos, I hope to not permanently slow down like I'm slowed down right now. Still trying to settle some things in place, but I would like to get back to some kind of weekly-ish type of long form video like this. In the meantime, I appreciate all of your support. Thank you all for watching, be blessed, and I'll see you next time. This is definitely joining the other freezer meals.